So I've been getting a lot of requests for top plugins, top VSTs. So I split this video into two parts. This first video is going to be all about VSTs, like the top VSTs I would recommend for making samples and stuff. And then I guess sometime later, like maybe like next week or something like that, of course depending on when this video goes out, we'll talk about plugins, top plugins for like processing your samples and stuff. So for today, as requested, we're going to be going over some of the VSTs that I really like to use for sample making. All right, so I saved like the biggest for the first one because it's hard to explain which ones in here kind of like work the best. Number one, Ethno World 6. Come on, guys. I'm trying to help you out. This is the sauce right here, but it's not secret sauce. Everybody and their mama got this. Even though everybody still got it, it still is like, I don't know why. It's just like you can keep using it and reusing it in different ways and just playing around with like the sounds in this thing. As you can see, Ethno World 6 is a two-parter as it comes with voices and instruments. I think this comes first when I'm looking for vocal samples, especially for like really dark samples that I usually make. It's like this comes in clutch. Same deal. I think I use every time I need like a bell, like this is like my go-to. That's my go-to that's my go-to chord. Sometimes when you have to use certain sounds, you have to go through a lot of processing to get to that final dark sound that you want. But like some of these sounds, like they just like raw, it just sounds dark already. So it's not really that hard to make dark melodies with these. For ambient stuff, scoring guitars. This thing is crazy. It's got crazy pads in here and it's all like guitar based. Like the bass foundation of each preset is going to be like some sort of like guitar mixed in there. And they already have like a bunch of reverb packed on it. So you don't really have to go crazy on the effects and stuff like that. Like, what the freak? How is that even guitar? Like, yeah, that sounds crazy. Okay, next up is the go-to bass KONTAKT library, and that is Scarby Rickenbacker bass. It comes with a bunch of presets, as you can see. Not gonna play all of them, but if you're looking for a really good, rich, real sounding bass, Rickenbacker is like, it's literally the go-to for everybody's samples. The only complaint I always have is that the attack is a little too delayed sometimes, so I have to record the bass out and adjust it myself. But other than that, really good. As you can see, you can actually interact with the GUI here and mess with the actual amps. So you can just change these around, mess with the mics, like the mic placement. You got equalizers, got compressors. You even got a tape emulator here. So yeah, it's a bunch of stuff in here. So for all of my like scorers out there, people who are looking for like really it's ambient things, but like they're aggressive like pads and stuff, you're gonna want Gravity. Gravity has these insane sounds in here. Like they are otherworldly. Like I don't know if you ever heard Beats by Cryptic. Sounds like him, but like in a library basically. Like those crazy like otherworldly sounds are in here. So next up is this KONTAKT library that I'm not about to pronounce because no. For me personally, I really just use it for the piano, but there's a bunch of other ambient stuff in here that you could probably use. Mostly I'm in the felt grand piano section and I'm using the mixed one and it just sounds beautiful. It's a lot of like lush reverb packed on it. The sound of the piano, like the actual tone of it is really like soft, but at the same time, if you play it like aggressively, you can still get some really good sounds out of it. For go-to guitars, recently, this is my new kind of thing that I've been using. Once again, it's one of those KONTAKT libraries that I cannot pronounce, so we're just not going to pronounce it, but this is the guitar library that I have here. They have a bunch of different types of guitars. They have electric and acoustic. also nylon. So I've been using nylon recently. Sounds pretty good. As you can hear, all of the sounds are kind of like realistic. It has the little string slides in there, has some of the fret noise going on. So, okay, so last up from KONTAKT libraries is probably gonna be Noir. So yeah, I've been using Noir really recently. I've just been using this felt one and it sounds pretty good. Okay, so the last two I really use in KONTAKT at the moment is a flute and another bell. This is pretty much my go-to bell now, and it's from Spitfire's Glock. I think that's what it's called. And I feel like these have like the cleanest, like straightforward bells. The best thing about this is it has a bunch of presets in here. It doesn't look like your traditional presets, but you have extra soft, which I pretty much never use because it's just a little, it's just way too soft. You can barely hear it. Soft is where you start to get to the actual like stuff that you could probably use. Each time you go up, you pretty much get a more aggressive version of the last one. So soft is going to obviously sound soft. Then medium soft is usually my optimal one that I'm using. The most I'm really using here is medium, but especially if you just layer that with like some lush like reverb, it sounds crazy. And then like pitch it down, like you got yourself a dark sample without even trying. And last up is the Jubal flute. I think I've first seen this in one of Kyle Stenberger's like older videos, and ever since then I've just been using it. It really just depends on how you mix it and use it. If you go overkill with it, it's gonna sound like your most generic flute sample out there. If you keep it laid back in the background, put a little reverb on it and process it just right, it sounds really good. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe if you're new. I'll definitely have like a regular VST plugin like video coming out, and then the plugin video is going to be a separate one on its own as well. So with that being said guys, see you in the next video. Peace.